This is a story of discovery.
A tale with poetry. And it has mystery.
This is the tale of Walter James Miller.
Walter James Miller was my great-great-grandfather. All I knew about him was that he had fought in the First World War. That wasn't until I heard of a discovery made by my grandmother. She found this box under a bed. And inside the box was a number of items that gave an insight into Walter's life. But before I get to them, a little more about the man himself.
Walter was born on the 23rd of December 1885 in Rollesby.
He went to Rollesby School and was already in the army when the war began, working as a wheelwright in the artillery. We believed he served with his brother in the Gloucestershire Regiment, that was formerly in the 6th Norfolk Cyclist Battalion.
Walter looked forward to serving his country like millions of others, hoping to bring a swift end to the war.
But of course we now know that didn't happen.
Walter and his regiment friends were talented artists too, but the poetry they wrote and copied in was a powerful reminder of the horrors of the war.
Every day is Judgment Day, count on no tomorrow. He who will not, when he may, act today, 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 doth but borrow sorrow. And someone else who knew Walter well is his granddaughter, my grandmother, Stephanie Gallant. So among all these artefacts, which is your favourite and what do they say most about Walter as far as you are concerned?
I haven't really got a favourite. I find the whole book is so interesting. It shows the things he's seen, the places he's been, the friends and the horrors as well, and a little bit of fun.
And what happened to Walter after the war?
After the war, Walter stayed in the army until the early 1920s, when I believe he was invalided out with malaria. He set up a builder's yard in the village, and he was a very successful builder. He employed quite a few men as carpenters, builders and wheelwrights.
And why do you think it's important for stories like Walter's to be told again?
I think projects like this, where you're actually looking at people and places that you know, brings it to life and makes you realise it's not just a story in a book or a film that you've seen, they are real people.
And finally, let's hear the story of the secret message. When I saw what looked like gibberish on the page, I was intrigued. At first I thought it was just upside down, but then I recognised a word backwards and realised it had been written in mirror writing. It's nothing to do with his efforts in the war, but more a matter of the heart. This is what it says. I like to be amongst the girls. That is why I have written this on the opposite side to the ladies. I can't help it, but there you are. I love them all, God bless them. As you can see, Walter and his friends were no different to young men of any generation. And that's the story of Walter James Miller. Through his book of poems, letters, drawings and notes, we've tried to bring a story of 100 years ago back to life today.
This is Flegg High School Year 8, the ITV News Anglia School Report.